Hey folks, this application is called PointKeeper, and PointKeeper is something that I designed for myself using Google Sheets, I use it to give students extra credit to encourage them to come in at lunch or after school to get extra help. I'm just going to give you a quick overview in the first video, and then I'll explain step-by-step instructions for use in the next video. Again, this is a quick overview. What's going to happen is you're mostly just going to put, you're going to start off by grabbing your student roster, and you're going to put it in these four cells. I'm sorry, not in these four. You're going to put it down here. You're going to go ahead and add your student roster in this area. You'll put student last names and first names and student IDs and the periods. The way I use this is I have all of my classes in this one sheet. I don't make separate point keepers for each class, and to me it just feels like it's too cumbersome. So anyways, all my students go here. So I put a row for period. You might have a different name for this. For me at my school, we have first period classes, second period classes, third period classes. So what I'll do here is I'll put either 1, 2, 3, or 4, well, you'll see in a second. I'll put some samples roster students in there. So in fact, here is my sample roster. I made up just a quick sample, and I normally export my roster from my school's gradebook software, but for here I just made up a sample roster. And I'll go ahead and just copy those guys and paste them into here, and so you can see how it goes. You'll notice that when I pasted them, I removed that coloring. I don't know if, let me see, can I paste values only? We'll try paste special, values only, there we go. And that retains the coloring. So anyways, now I have a sample roster in, and I can begin to run the scripts. Oh, by the way, I have a quick note over here that lists the basic procedure that I'm explaining right now. And you can always go ahead and just delete this guy. I'm just going to go ahead and hit the delete key, and you can see, oh, that's gone. I'll undo it for now so you can see that the note is still there. But this is just to get started. I've also tried to put some instructions under the, here's the PointKeeper menu. I've tried to put some instructions under the help, and I still need to clean this up and firm it up, but this might be a place to help you get started. For now, let's focus on this guy though. This note is pretty good. And the video that you're watching right this minute. Since I'm giving you an overview, the PointKeeper menu we'll use, to get things started, we'll use these 3 menu items after we've put in the roster. And then on a daily basis, we tend to use these guys. And then at the end of a period where we're getting new students, we go ahead and use these to clear out the old data. Down here, there's 3 templates that come with PointKeeper. And the roster one is the most important. The next and most important is template. Template is where this is what each individual student's web page will look like. That's one of the benefits of PointKeeper, is that every student gets their own web page with their own points that they keep on that web page. So anyways, here you'll see what'll happen is when the scripts run based on the items in the roster, there will be a new sheet created, and the new sheet will be created. It will be based on this look. So for you might want to go in and change the color of the fill to your school colors, and same with down here. You might want to change the color of this fill to your school, whatever your school colors are. You might also need to update these fonts to make that so that is the appropriate color for your school. Be careful with changing around or moving these cells. This is where the last name and the first name need to go based on the script that I wrote, and this is where all the points need to go. The type of extra credit, the points, and the date earned, this will be added here every time a student earns some extra credit. And this is where the student total will go. So if those things are moved, then the script will not operate properly. And again, this is just the template. If you want to be very cautious, go ahead and make duplicate this template so that if something bad does happen, you can always delete it and then take the copy and rename it to template, and you'll be back in good shape again. There's also a leaderboard, which I won't talk about much now. This is just something after students have gotten a bunch of extra credit, you can see who has the most at a glance. It's kind of neat. Okay, back to our roster. So now we need to do some stuff with this roster and with the PointKeeper menus, but I'm going to go ahead and pick that up in the next video because I don't want these videos to be too long.